What's up, Full Ride Nation? We're back for another one. For all y'all that don't know me, Christopher, former D1 walk-on turned starter, here to help you guys with all your basketball hopes and dreams, here for your daily motivational. So today's video is going to be story time. I'm going to tell you guys how I almost got our Juco team shot in Jacksonville after a game. So let me tell you the story. So let me set the stage to let you understand how we traveled in Juco. It was nothing luxurious about it. So the way that it worked was, I played at Seminole Community College. I think it's called Seminole State College now. But we would play the JUCOs throughout the state of Florida. So Seminole is in Sanford, Florida. So whenever we had a game, we would leave that same day after school was over. We traveled to wherever we were going. We would play the game, and then we would drive back to Sanford. And then that's how that went. And so the way that we traveled was we had two vans. We had a sophomore van and we had a freshman van. So the sophomores rode, because JUCO is only 2 years. So the sophomores rode in the sophomore van. The freshmen rode in the freshman van. Freshmen couldn't ride in the sophomore van, but sophomores could ride in the freshman van. So the coach would drive the sophomore van and one of the players would drive the freshman van. Usually Mario, he was a sophomore, so he would drive the freshman van. So we had a game in Jacksonville, Florida. So we go up to the game, and here's about people heckling you in the stands, and sometimes it gets crazy. So this particular guy was heckling us in the stands, and he was riding me because I was the guy who was, at that particular point in time, I was leading the team in scoring, and so off the bench. So this guy sat at half court, basically, standing on the court, down there walking up and down the sidelines, harassing people. Then he got fixated on me, and he was in the stands just clearly harassing the heck out of me. You suck. And now this particular game, I'm not going to lie, I was struggling. They put a different type of defense on me that I hadn't seen before, and it was making my night rough. I mean, when I tell you rough, it was rough. Then my shots weren't falling because they had me off balance. I was flabbergasted. I was all over the place. And so I was particularly frustrated. And I mean, when I tell you this guy wouldn't stop, oh man, they ended up beating us because we were 15-1 before the conference, and this was the only team that beat us, if I'm remembering this correctly. And I mean, this guy was relentless. Oh man, he said everything. Took it a step, but it's in the game, so I'm okay with it. It's cool. I'm all right. It's cool. It's in the game. I'm okay with it, but this guy took it a step further. So we pack up, we leave, we get in our two vans, and so we stop at McDonald's to get something to eat before we go back to Sanford. This guy follows us to McDonald's, goes through the drive-thru, and is waiting at the window when we're getting off the van going into McDonald's. So as everybody's going into McDonald's, this man is just saying something about everybody. One of the point guard go in, he say something about him. Lonnie go in, he say something about him. Chris Jackson go in, he say something about him. Calderon, Mario, da-da-da-da-da. Now, me, I'm pissed off because when I tell you I didn't play one of my best games. I didn't feel I played a good game. So when I come out, now mind you, I'm 6'4", 165 pounds. At this time, I wore glasses and I had a size 16 foot, so I looked abnormal. So he's talking about everybody, so I'm the last one to walk in. So as I walk past remember his car, he's in the drive-thru, so we have to walk past the drive-thru to get in the door. So as each one of us is walking, he's saying something. He yelling out the window, oh yeah, your mom, oh yeah, da, 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 da. So he walks, so I'm the last person I walk by. He yells out his window, I didn't know they let Steve Urkel play basketball. And then he starts laughing. The passengers start laughing. So me, I'm upset. So we're not in the gym no more. We're on the street. So I yell, your mama, why don't you come say that in my face? So he says, all right. So he parks the car and he commences to walking towards the door. So I said that and I kept passing. I go ahead and I walk in the door. So then I heard one of the teammates yell, hey man, he parking. He about to get out. So I turned around, I look, I see he parked the car. He getting out the car, so I'm like, oh, okay, well, I trained for this. So I take my glasses off. I put them in my pocket. One of our big men is pissed me off. He opened the door talking. He opens the door for the guy. Now, mind you, it's a team of 12 people, basketball players, in supreme conditioning. This guy opens the door, tells the guy, hey, man, I'm sorry. We sorry about that. And that dude walks in the door. I immediately, off the muscle without thinking, pushed him out the door so hard that he hits the rail. He go flying. And my coach come and grab the door as hard as he can and yells it and locks it and said, boy, are you crazy? We are in Jacksonville. He gets paranoid because he's coach of that with water up there. He goes and locks the doors to the restaurant. He gets over the counter, tells the manager to call the police, and tells them that they're going to shoot up the McDonald's. The guy's outside. He pointing, doing the whole, I'm going to get my gun. I'm going to get my other car. I'm going to get my gun. So then he hops in the car. He speeds out. Said he's coming back with his gun. He's about to shoot he said he's going to shoot the McDonald's up. My coach is paranoid. Oh, Chris, Thomas, you done got us in trouble. This Jacksonville, they going to kill us in here. I said, well, God dog it, I ain't going to be disrespected. I don't care. He ain't going to say what you think. I'm going to let the man come in here and fire off on me. And then y'all got jokes for me the rest of the season? No, sir. No, sir. You crazy enough to walk up in here. I'm crazy enough to jump on you. So they tell me, he done dropped. So then they call the police. So we waiting on the police to come because now the coach don't want to leave. He don't want to leave. So now everybody's getting paranoid, right? Like, man, Thomas, what you do that for? I'm like, nah, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear none of what they saying. So then the police finally come, and one of the players, Calderon, goes. He was from the Puerto Rico. He goes, when I get in the van, I'm getting on the floor. So police come, everybody hustles to the van. Calderon, so they escort us to the Jacksonville line or whatever until we cross into the next county. Calderon dives on the floor. He's riding all the way till we get to the county line on the floor. And I mean, it was just a funny experience. The guys, they didn't come back. The guy was like, oh yeah, I'm coming to your school. I'll see you tomorrow at school. I said, I'll be there. I'll be there waiting on you. I mean, if you need me to give you my class schedule, I can give it to you. Because I'm not going to back down from nobody. So, the moral of the story is, guys, this basketball will take you different places. You're going to see some different things. It ended up fine. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got shot. But it was just a situation of, it's one thing to say something to somebody out in the stands, but it's another thing to follow them to a restaurant and then think that you can antagonize them and don't think that there's any consequences that go with it. So, guys, moral of the story is just watch what you say. And if you're a player, be ready at all times. But Full Ride Nation, that's the story. It's been a long one, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. But y'all know the drill. Let's compete.